This is ABTV, Animal Bites Television. For animal lovers, by animal lovers.
I'm Greg Graziani, and I've always been fascinated by reptiles. There are a lot of different styles of egg management in the reptile community. Some people allow the females to maternally incubate the eggs, while the majority of breeders use artificial incubation.
So here at our facility, we like to let the first couple of animals pip out. Definitely know that those animals are in there. A lot of people cut early. For us, just other than to know what's in the egg, we really haven't seen that much mortality in the animals. There's always going to be one that's strong enough to at least pip out. Once that happens, we go ahead and put a cut in the rest of the eggs. You know, the thought process there is if you have a weak baby, they knock off their egg tooth, something like that, they can't get out of the egg. With ball pythons, unless there's been some type of deformity or congenital defect in the baby, I've never had one not hatch out on its own. We actually like to use these suture removal scissors. They've got a nice little hook up to keep the point of the scissor away from the snake. We just make a nice little slit in the egg. You can open these guys up. You can see the blood vessels in there. And again, this nice little hook on the end of this suture scissor right here allows me to kind of hook the egg, get a little clip in there, and then we can run it straight down sometimes with just a smooth cut. That way you can see we nick a little blood vessel there, no big deal. That's what they do with their egg tooth. They kind of chop those blood vessels up as they're slicing out. Oh, that one just kind of fell open right there. Actually, I think he may have pipped that. Yeah, he was already pipping out right there. And you can see once they start pipping out, they've knocked all those blood vessels off the top. This is a clutch of lavender albino bred to a pinstripe. So we definitely have a little pinstripe poking his head out here. We've got another pinstripe right over here. These two are het lavender albino, so those are pins het lavender albino. Let's get a look at these two that pipped and see what they are, just out of curiosity. Okay, so we have another het. And that looks like a head as well. The little nose on that doesn't look the same as this pinstripe over here. So I think we got two pinstripes. Het lavender, yep. And then we've got the rest of the clutch are het lavender albinos. So these guys have pipped out. They'll probably be popping out in the next 12 to 24 hours. They'll all be out of this clutch.
We've seen these ball pythons breeding. We've seen them laying eggs. And now we've seen them pipping and hatching out. So let's take a look at some of the awesome color and pattern mutations produced here in the 2014 breeding season. For those of you that are not familiar with ball pythons, this is the normal color and pattern mutation of a wild ball python. This is a beautiful cinnamon Anchi albino. This is a super fly, a 3-gene animal, super pastel fire. This is one of the brightest ball python combinations out there, the vanilla scream. It's a vanilla fire pastel combo. These are fire dream bees. The one on the left is also het piebald. It amazes me that there can be so much variation in the same genetic combination. These are all GHI Mojave pastels. It's amazing what adding one more gene can do. Look at the difference between the yellow belly piebald and the pastel yellow belly piebald. The leopard albino. Look at that crazy pattern. The leopard killer bee axanthic. We were really excited to hit the odds on this one. We produced champagne leopard pastels last year, but the shatter has added a whole new dimension to this combination. We're going to wrap things up with my favorite ball python combination of 2014 and maybe my favorite of all time, the leopard pastel highway. The coloration and pattern on these animals was better than anything I ever expected. I've been producing ball pythons for more than 25 years, and it's still as exciting today as it ever was. Well, that'll do it for this season of the Python Hunter. We'll be back in 2015 with brand new episodes. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and feel free to leave a comment down below and let us know what you thought about the show. We'll see you next season.
As a pro bike rider, action sports announcer, and off-road adventurer, I'm always on the go. But for my true passion as a reptile breeder, I created my own sanctuary in South Florida, Camp Kennett.
This is ABTV.